Y'all like that new intro, huh? I'm just trying to get better day by day, man. I'm just trying to get better day by day. But let's go into the eventful weekend. The main event that never happened. Keyshawn Davis versus De Los Santos. I just got to go through the timeline. I got to go through the timeline. Let's start off. Keyshawn fought Albright, which he ultimately won in a hard, tough fight, right? It got overturned to no contest because he tested positive for marijuana. Okay. The fans are still on Keyshawn's side because it's just, first of all, it's just weed. It's not a hard drug. And it's also legal in a lot of states. So, he was a little undisciplined, but not that much. Okay, fans are still on your side. Keyshawn comes back, has a good performance, have another good performance, and then his first main event in Norfolk against Lemos. Lemos comes in overweight, 5 to 6 pounds. Remember that. Lemos comes in overweight, 5 to 6 pounds. But hey, the show still must go on. He knocks Lemo out in 2 rounds. 2 rounds. Scope Arena, you sold probably about 10,000 tickets. That's amazing. Then you go to Madison Square Garden. I guess it was in the Hulu Theater. Keyshawn goes against his toughest opponent yet, a champion, Dennis Berechik. Sold the Madison Square Garden out, the little Hulu Theater. You knock him out in 4 rounds. So you just keep getting more and more hot. You're getting hotter by the day. You're getting fans by the day. They was in New York yelling Norfolk in the theater. It was so loud, you could hear it on TV. So Norfolk behind you, they definitely behind you. And then we come to this week. First viral moment. You call out Abdullah. Don't know why Keyshawn calls out Abdullah. Abdullah has never said anything disrespectful in his interviews. He just said he'll fight Keyshawn for the belt. He's trying to get the belts. Keyshawn presses him, suns him, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that was weird, but that's his energy. That's what he does, I guess. That's what he does. Then Keyshawn is overweight by 4.3 pounds. 4.3 pounds. I don't think y'all understand. That is a whole new weight class. You going against a 135 pounder, and he coming in at basically 140? Come on, man. Come on. We got to do better. But hey, the show must go on, right? First you hear everything's agreed to. 10-pound weight clause and money. Everything's agreed to. Next thing you know, nothing is agreed to. The fight is canceled. I'm hearing Keyshawn didn't want the 10-pound weight clause. I'm hearing Keyshawn didn't want to cough up the money. I don't know what happened. But hey, the fight didn't go on. After you miss weight, you're talking a lot of junk to Nahir Albright about, that's what he does though. That's what he does. Got all this energy for Albright and Abdullah. No energy for De Los Santos, I guess. But that's what he does. It's all good. Then bam, 2,000 people ask for their money back. Then bam, it's fight night, right? Fight night. You're not fighting, but hey, you're there to support your family. Kelvin loses. I think he lost pretty good, but hey, it was a good fight. Not gonna lie, it wasn't no boring fight. It wasn't. I wouldn't say Albright really, beat him bad. He did beat him pretty bad, but I think Albright runs 6'4", 7'3" type. Great fight. So you go backstage and jump the man? Come on. Talking about having the worst, 48 hours of your career. The amount of fans you just lost? The mayor named that Keyshawn Davis week. The mayor named that Keyshawn Davis week. It's named Keyshawn Davis and he not even fighting. The week named Keyshawn Davis, he not even fighting. On top of him not fighting, the first incident was they jumped him. Then they got the second incident on video of you trying to charge through the policemen. Keyshawn, bro. Look, I hate to say this. I'm not going to lie. I'm officially not a fan of Keyshawn Davis. Because that is crazy. I've never seen nothing like that. If you want to get your face back, just fight Albright again. That would have been a great storyline. He beat my brother, so I'm going to beat him. For the family. Like, to be honest, all this ruckus took away from what actually happened the whole weekend. That's all that boxing is talking about. Keyshawn Davis. First, they was just talking about him not making weight. Then it was canceled. And now they talking about the altercation of him supposedly jumping somebody backstage. Viral moment. Let's get into the card, man. This card, I think it was a good card. Start off with the main event. I'm seeing Abdullah get better each and every fight, and it's looking beautiful. Abdullah, he's finally slowed down, probably because Nakathila, he old. He on the older side. That power don't never go away. So he didn't want to get touched with nothing. And his defense, this fight was impeccable. Impeccable. This is the first fight I really seen Abdullah stay in the pocket and actually block punch. Because, he usually just, most of the time, takes stuff on the chin or he try to shoulder roll or whatever. Nah, he kept his hands up, stayed in the pocket, and he took them punches on his glove. He caught and shot. And, man, that was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. He slowed down. Still some issues that I see that I particularly don't like. It seems like every time he throws with attention. That's not bad. But I feel like he just got one speed. You got to change your pace every now and then. Because good fighters going to catch your pace. They going to catch your pace. But keep working. He's getting better. Supposedly he's lined up for a title fight next. We'll see what happens. I hope he gets it. I don't know who he's going against. Sam Noakes in the UK. I don't want him to go to the UK. But that might happen. Who knows? But let's go on to the co-main event. Kelvin versus Albright. Hate to say it. I knew this was going to happen. Kelvin, I ain't going to say he don't got it. It's just something about him that I see that I just don't like when he fights. He keeps his head on line all the time. When you're a tall fighter, you just can't do that, man. You can't do that. One issue that might be the problem is he's draining his weight way too much. That might be an issue. He might just need to go ahead and go to 147. But we'll see. But Albright, he was just catching him with right hands almost every single round. And Kelvin is one of those fighters where, well, not one of those fighters. He's one of those tall guys where he's tall, but he don't need to stay on the outside. He was getting hit by rights on the outside the whole fight. It's like, hey, bro, maybe you just need to go in there and just fight. Maybe you just got to make it his fight. When he was going there and just fighting, he was catching him with some stuff. Although he was also getting caught, but he was catching Albright with some stuff also. But when he was on the outside, man, it's just like Albright was just setting him up for everything. Absolutely everything. Do I think it was a close fight? Not really. But I think it was a good fight. I don't think it was close. I don't know how you scored 95-95, but hey, I'm not a judge. I don't know what he's seen. I think it was a 6-4, 7-3 type fight. like the two other judges scored it. 95-95, I didn't see it. But on to Tiger Johnson. He just don't got it. I'm just be real. He don't got it. He don't throw his hands enough. It's something in there that he just doesn't trust. He's just something in there. He got skills, but it's something in there he just doesn't trust. I think that was an okay fight. I hate to call fights boring, but it kind of was because it just wasn't it. I don't know, man. I don't know. It just wasn't good to me. I didn't like the fight. Hearing from other fans, they didn't like the fight either. Also, let's get to Troy Isley. Troy don't got it either. Troy don't got it either, man. Troy don't got it either. I personally think he lost the fight. I don't know how you have it, Troy Isley 8-2. But I personally think he lost the fight. He had some good rounds here and there, but he was never controlling the fight. He was getting hit by a lot, almost everything. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know what the judges seen, but I think he lost the fight. But he don't got it, bro. He just don't got it. Be real. He got speed. Of course, he don't got the power, but he was getting beat at everything in that fight. He was getting beat on the outside, inside, and in mid range. So I don't know what the judges seen, but hey, once again, I'm not a judge. I'm not ringside, but I personally think he lost that fight. Let's get to the other cards. On other networks, we had Jai Opetaia coming back, and he handled business like he's supposed to. He knocked his opponent out. To be completely honest, I like Jai Opetaia a lot, but if they're not unifying, I don't want to see the fights, man. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If you ain't going against Zerto, don't want to see the fights. If you're not going against Badu Jack, don't want to see the fights. Unify the belts, man. Unify the belts. I don't know what they got to do at cruiserweight, but it seemed like they don't want to unify. I don't know. And I feel like Badu and Zerto are both under Turkey or worked with Turkey. So is Jai Opetaia. So they can obviously make it work somehow. We need to see that happen, man. Cruiserweight already don't got a lot of fans. But if you put them against Zerto, that's a big fight. That's probably the biggest fight in the division. Opetaia versus Zerto. So bring some fans to the division by making that fight. On to Fabio Wardley versus Honey. Honey, like he was working him. But hey, this is why I always say, skills don't always pay the bills. Because all you got to do is land one punch. And you're good. Everybody that watched the fight could obviously see Wardley was probably down 8 rounds. And we in round 10. It's a 12-round fight. And if you down 8 rounds, you most likely going to lose. But all he needed was one punch. That right hand. Caught him right on the chin. People say, hey, it was a fast count. I don't think it was fast. He was standing up at like 9 or 10. But if you're still stumbling while you stand up, they're probably going to call the fight. The thing that I don't like, and a lot of fans don't like, is why would you cut the camera to the crowd while the ref is counting? If that's not the sneakiest, like, suspicious thing I've ever seen, why are you going to cut the camera on Frank Warren and Eddie O'Hearn? We don't want to see them. We want to see the ref counting the fight not over. That falls on the producer, man. That's just weird. I ain't gonna lie, that's weird. I don't know what was going on there, but that's sneaky and suspicious. But Honey he wasn't disagreeing with the call, so we can't really say nothing about it. Nobody from his team was saying anything about, fast count or whatever. It happened. It happens, you know. But once again, this eventful weekend was all spoiled by one person who probably lost a lot of fans and a lot of respect from fans. But it is what it is. I feel like this was a bad week in boxing from everything that happened, but the shows must go on. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.